Hello, and welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I am your host, Fields and Skylines. Today we're playing Farming Simulator 22, The Valley of the Old Farm. Let's become a billionaire. We've jumped into January. We've done so much off camera, and we still have lots to get done, but it was time for another video. First, let's take a look at finances. As you could see, we have $800,000 in the bank. With more coming because we have to sell off for today. But let's take a look at financials for December. We bought some new vehicles. Mainly, it was like buying um, stuff for logging. We sold some vehicles. We bought 30 new cows. I built another sawmill because, well, it was getting annoying running all these loads of wood to sell. So I bought a sawmill that can make some other stuff, and we're making some other stuff as well as the other sawmill. Um, we did some vehicle repairing. Obviously, we leased um, the bigger trailers and stuff for moving logs. Which, by the way, we have to keep selling logs because now both sawmills are pretty much filled up. Vehicle lease, property maintenance, and production costs are kind of always the same. As you can see, we sold $115,000 of wood. December, we also sold a bunch of our stored goods. So we sold bales. We sold our products that we needed to sell in December, which wasn't a whole lot. Um, we bought seeds because, as I'll show you, why. Um, Water, as we know, wages, and then miscellaneous is, all of our environmental score and stuff like that. So, end of the day, we made $400,000, but we spent a bunch. So and we're going to be buying a bunch of stuff today as well. So let me show you what we all crazy we did. Um, so if we come here and visit, I bought the hops plantation. Don't know how I got in there. There we are. And I bought this silo so that we can easily get access to compost. If we take a look here, I have it turned off right now because we're out of compost. It only holds 10,000 liters and it goes through it pretty quick. I could turn on the pellet production if that's what we wanted to do. I'm not sure if we can just, yeah, we would get the hops right here to sell. If we take a look, find hops and hops pellets, it's more advantageous to sell the pellets as it is the hops. So hops are selling pretty low in January. Top price for hops $46.83. Hop pellets top price is almost $7,000. So you know what? We'll probably turn our pellets into our hops into pellets. So we'll just turn that on right now, since we do have some there to do that with. Later, when I do all the selling stuff, we'll load up compost, right? So that's just the first thing. I haven't put gardens in. I'm hoping to put the gardens in today. And if we cross the road here, you can see I started filling up and we cleared a bunch of land, but we still have a bunch of trees to cut down. We'll get to that either later this month or maybe next month. But this month I want to take care of fields. So if we come here and look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pallets of playground equipment, and we got some wood chips. I don't know what we're gonna do with the wood chips. I thought we got wood chips from right here, but I guess not. It's putting them here, which is gonna make this a little bit harder. Although I can lift these, I guess. Can I lift the wood chips? Yeah, it looks like that's too heavy. But the playground equipment, um, looks like I can pick up. So maybe that's what I'll have to do. I'll have to like just pick up as much of the playground equipment, put it off to the side, load it up, and figure something out, or get a thing over here. So that is what I did. Like I said, I want to put gardens in over here. Um, what I'm thinking of doing over here. Uh, oh, we'll get to all that later. So for now, though, I think what I'm going to do is a jump cut. I'm going to go sell everything that needs to be sold, and I'm going to then come back in when we want to start buying stuff and getting on today's work. So I'll see you all in what will be a little bit for you, but quite some time for me. Wow, that took quite some time. So we are here by Granny's. Um, and if we take a look, Granny's is working super hard, right? And Granny's currently has enough wool for almost 2 months. So what we're going to do is build a second Granny's right over here, hopefully. And then we are going to um, drop all this wool kind of right here. And boom. All right. So that is the first thing we are buying this month. Let's get this wool taken care of and go from there. Um, Hopefully it'll let us drop it here. There we go. And I am going to start this one up with that. And away we go. In fact, both of these now have almost 47,831. This one has 47,11. So they almost have the exact same amount. So we should be in good shape. I don't know why boxes aren't spanning. I can't lift these boxes. But we should be okay for a while. We'll keep checking to see if Granny can't store anything else, and then we will have to move them. We don't sell clothes until like May. But that's just the start of our buying. We have more to do. So I'm going to set off a worker, and we're going to try to get this guy brought down here. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're buying one property right now, and that's 66. It is, oh, first let's take a look. We have over $1 million. So we are millionaires, but we aren't going to be millionaires for long. All right. So we are going to buy for 221,352. Uh, yes, and then we are going to, oops, wrong button, jump to here, click on that. We are going to buy for 52.50. We're going to buy the field stuff. And now that we own all of this, we are going to plow these two fields together, and we're going to plow these fields together. We'll keep the trees, we'll kind of plant around them, and this will be one huge soybean field. This will be a soybean field, and that'll be our soybeans. Like I said, this is going to be oats for more straw, and then this will probably become a barley field with 77 and 69. These will probably join us in barley fields once we turn this into our additional cows and whatever. So that's kind of the plan. I would like to get into some corn and stuff. We'll get there. All right. So that's good. Pop up here. 59 is a small barley field I'm thinking about buying. 73 is a uh, wheat field, also thinking about buying. But before we do that, I want to be sure we can buy the next thing, which is a tractor. Now, I was thinking about a bunch of them. I was thinking about investing into this weird thing. It does planting, like you buy things and it can harvest and plant and it can do all sorts of stuff. Not quite there yet. I was thinking about the T8. I was thinking about the 8700. Um, Thinking about a deer. I was also thinking about other tractors, but just to be clear, I want to buy a tractor that we don't already have owned, so to speak. So I came across this case, and holy cow, we can upgrade it to 886 horsepower, and we can add an extension to carry, extra fert and extra herbicide as we do spraying and stuff. So looking at it for 312, we're already at 300, almost 400 horse. Whereas we look at these, we get a little bit more horse out of them to begin with, at least with this one. I mean, 351 versus almost 400. So they're very close. And I just think like I don't need to upgrade the engine. We can afford to. We can if we want. Um, you know, Slowly step up. 391, 723. Um, I don't know what these extra tunes do. Turbo, right? So I think it's just different sounds. But I think we're going to leave it at the 391, right? Because that is enough horsepower for now. Because it's a big jump. And I do want to change the tires up though. I want to go. Nope, nope, nope. I want to go narrow twins. I think those look nice. Warning signs for Europe. Tinted windows. No front loader. Yes, for sure. And looking at the color, like to me, this doesn't say case. So there are a lot of colors. Uh, I don't know if the case is in here. Case IH. There we go. Now it looks like a case. A really powerful case. So we're good with that. Everything else is good. We're not doing the saddle tank right now. So we're gonna go ahead and buy this for 335, 550. So yes. Okay. And then the next thing we want to buy is a plow. And not just any plow, but one of my favorites. It's from Black Sheep Modding, who also makes this map. We're going to go with the 9 meter. We're going to leave the color the same because you know what? It matches the case. We need 320 horse to do this. So that means two of our tractors could use this plow. We're going to go ahead and buy that. Yes, okay. Back. So that leaves us with $400,000. And that is what we're going to use then to do some of our garden stuff. But first, we need to make a decision. So I have to check something. We go into miscellaneous. This is what I need to check. I need to see if our X2 tanker yes, can do what we want it to do, and it can. So um, I've been thinking that we want to. Could I do combinations on that? It'd be interesting if I could. Maybe it'll show me all the trucks that can use it. Okay, so it's only showing these, but I know there's other trucks that can use it. I'm currently leasing one, so I am not going to buy it right now. But this is the one that we're going to probably end up possibly buying with a few different bodies. That's in the future. But right now, I need to save my money for the work we're about to do. Um, Let me put this away, and we'll get to that. Busy day today on the farm of mine. But what I really want to do is get all those fields connected and get all of our fields mulched. So I might set a worker off starting to mulch um, some of the fields that we need mulched, because we also want to get lime down um, and as well. So drop that, turn him off. I don't know if we're going to need that tractor over here for now, but let's go ahead and get a mulcher working and then start working on the other part of our plan. So I think this is set up for rolling. We'll set it up for mulching. And then we'll get it mulching some fields over here. Come on. I should always just back up and be able to see where I'm going. All right. So here we are. We are going to customize the field roller. It's grass roller. It's mulcher. So A, yes, okay. All right, and then I'll get us a worker set up, and then we're going to, I'm going to do a jump cut here to get a worker set up, and then we're going to meet over by the one field we cleared, and that will take us to the next phase of our big January spend. See you in a bit. All right, so we have a worker off working. One of the first things I am going to do is kind of back in this area, I am going to start building some like silo type things so that we have them. Bulk march, wood chips, I guess what I'm looking for is a silo for biomaterial. I don't know if I have one. Um, we may have to just plant like a generic um, like one of these. Maybe, hopefully, we can put. I don't know. I'm going to hold off on this one. But what we do definitely need is a distributor of seeds and fertilizer. Now, I don't know how this is going to work. This might be something we delete. I know we can put all sorts of different stuff in here. Um, I think we kind of want to have it to be able to be circled around. This is a fill and a pickup. And I might not even distribute. I just might have this be a holder for all that stuff since it's fairly cheap and it will hold everything that we might need over here as far as seeds and fertilizer and water. Um, but I won't have it turned on to distribute. So we're going to place that. And like I said, if we come over here and take a look, we can fill this thing up with seeds, solid fert, and water, which is everything, and regular manure, which is everything that is kind of needed in here. Like if we look, we have to put seeds and solid fert in. So I think we're going to go with that. But now to the tricky thing. So the first thing we're going to do is get in our main gardens. Oops, those are under greenhouses, sorry. And we want to put in open air gardens. The large one would be ideal, but it is a little big, right? Takes up a lot of space, which may not be the worst. But if we look at how open air garden works, the large open air garden for 20 grand does, and I'm going to use just sunflowers as an example, but it does 64 cycles an hour, and it does 20 sunflowers per cycle, which isn't bad. But if we go down one to the open air garden, that's the medium sized for sunflowers, and I'm just picking sunflowers. It doesn't have to be sunflowers. Um, let's see if I can find it here. I don't see sunflowers in the medium one. Maybe that's why we want to do the large one. What about the small one? Small one does. Oh, here we go. Sunflowers. Silly me. So it does, the medium one does 64 cycles at 5. So it goes from 20 to 5, which is quite the drop down, right? So the large one definitely would produce more per hour. And if we go to the smallest open air garden and we look for sunflowers to see what the loss is on that, 64 cycles, 1 per cycle. So 64 sunflowers an hour. So maybe the large one is the way we want to go. But like if we kind of place it so that, we can get around, it's over me, so we can't put it in, right? So it takes up that much space. Also, let's just take a look. So this is the 64 cycles, 20 sunflowers. That's without putting anything in it. If we add like seeds and fertilizer, it jumps to like 12. It does 2 cycles per hour, but it does 12,000. That's tomatoes. Sorry, potatoes, sunflowers. It'll do 1280 for 2 cycles. So it'll create a bit more, but I need to work out if the cost is there, because sometimes it's just better, cheaper to do it without. But anyways, so that's the large one. It takes up a lot of room. And the reason why I was kind of hesitant is because I need to figure out how to also get a couple of these in here. And I guess I could kind of like pop them one here and turn it and get one over here. I do have to take these hills down, which is why I saved. Um, so I might be able to make that work. Uh, we'll have to see. One of the reasons why I like doing the different sizes, though, is I could focus um, different things. But I think I'm just gonna have to. I'm gonna be distributing a lot of the stuff anyways. So picking up is not that big of a deal. I don't know how distribution works. I'm kind of hoping that like every time it distributes a little to everything that needs it. Uh, I don't know if that's how it works though. So I guess that was something I should test before I do it, but we'll see. Why? Because I have plans on buying the oil mill, which is why sunflowers is one of the big things I care about producing. Here, this thing does potatoes and does all sorts of different vegetables. Why do I want this? Is because I eventually want to put in a wash station and be able to get that going. But really, I want just potatoes from this thing. And potatoes is so like we look at the open air garden for potatoes. The large produces 60 per cycle, or 60 per cycle, 64 cycles per hour. So you can see it produces quite a few potatoes. Whereas this wash one for potatoes does, this is the Gable large. Um, this one requires the seeds and the manure and the water as well. This one does 140 cycles with 20 per. So um, it does the potatoes a little bit better. And I want the potatoes um, because we can use potatoes for different things. I really want to get sugar beets, which is why I want those other gardens. Um, so yeah, so that's kind of the plan right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on, I just saved a little while ago, so I'm going to work on taking some of these hills down a little bit, flattening it a little bit, and getting that stuff placed. I'm going to do that kind of time lapse. So stick with me, and I will be back shortly. back. Excuse me. I am back. Bunch of changes were made. First, I got rid of these greenhouses. Um, I don't know if you noticed during the time lapse, but it was telling me we hit our production limit. So I just kept these two, and then I deleted a bunch of productions or things that say are productions that we probably don't need, like all the fertilizer ones back here. I'm probably going to get rid of that herbicide one. I got rid of the soy one, soy drink, although I still think we might make soy drink. But like the herbicide here, we can probably delete. I haven't deleted it yet. Uh, I got rid of the big clothing factory, although I'm thinking that clothing factory might be the one we bring back and then delete all the grannies, even though it's not quite as efficient. Um, it's one for the price of like four, right? I mean, three or four, but we'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this rock pile. I don't know if this is considered production. I wish sell points, are they productions? I don't know. Um, so the other thing, what I did is on those things, everything that I have being made, I have distributing. I'm actually going to turn off. Um, I'm going to keep sugar beets. We're going to buy the sugar factory and we're going to buy the oil mill. Here we are. Nope. This one. Because like right now I'm distributing into here, so we have sunflowers coming in here. We have soybeans, olives, um, potatoes, all coming in here. Um, and I found out like when you distribute, it distributes evenly to everything. So um, we're gonna quickly buy a couple more productions. I don't know how many more productions I will place, if I will place any more, but we shall see. So let's visit. I don't know how much this is going to cost because this wasn't on my list, but since we can get it, 80 grand, yes, okay. Turn this on, turn that off, turn that off, turn that off for now. We're going to let some sugar beets fill this up. So we'll have sugar. So we'll be able to do a couple more productions. I'm going to buy the oil mill. And that is over here. So we'll visit and we're going to buy this. Yep. And then we are going to turn everything off until this kind of fills up a bit with stuff. Although we do have a lot of olives in here. I don't know why. It must be distributing here as well. I don't know. We're going to just start making olive oil. I don't have anything else in here right now. So we'll start making some olive oil. And then that leaves us with buying the mayonnaise thing probably next month. So now I want to jump up and do some more purchasing because, that's what we are doing. Today we are going to buy 59 for 83,000. And then we're going to kind of hold off right there with 120 because we're going to need to buy seeds, lime, fertile. Like we have a bunch of stuff we're going to have to probably buy. So let me pop somewhere. So what else did I do? Over here, I sold 5 of the trees and then I put in the big one that we talked about that's like one production for 5 trees. I will do the same with these at some point. So what else do I have growing? We take a look at what's all growing. Um, so right now I am growing cotton. Wait, go up. Cotton, 5 water, 5 cotton, soybeans, sugar beet, sunflowers, potatoes, and that's it. If we go up to the big one, um, it's a lot more water, 20 water, 20 cotton, as you can see. So there we go. I'm going to have to do the math to see if we add seeds in the fertilizer, if these are actually better or not. Uh, I'll do the math at some point. Have to look into that. So yeah, there we are. What else have we done? So I moved the big guy. We're gonna pile this up probably in the next episode. Uh, the workers have not been doing the greatest mulching, so I'll finish the mulching up on these fields, so they're ready to go. We'll get them limed before the next episode. Although we might do the liming all together. Um, yeah, we'll do the liming in the next episode, as well as creating that new big giant field. We'll also take some soil samples of where we plow in new stuff. So, but with that, I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of money spending. Um, and I got to figure out this whole production limit, because if things like generators count as productions, then we're going to have a hard time, because a lot of our money to make the 80 or so million a month that we need comes from having windmills and radio antennas. Oh, I also added a radio antenna. Let me just uh, jump over there and see. I got a radio antenna. That one's supposed to make on 130 or 120,000 a month, something like that. More sunnier months, it'll make more, because it acts like a solar panel. But we added one of those as well, so that'll be some continuous income for the company. Um, Fortunately, this production limit thing is going to be interesting on how we work it, because I have like a pasta one that I wanted to get out, and I have the pancake one we talked about, and definitely need a lot more gardens. But we'll have to see what happens. Maybe we focus on, I don't know, on more of those larger gardens. So, oh my goodness, look at missed stuff over here. So yeah, so with that though, I want to say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching me spend money. Um, I know I had fun doing it. Really growing the farm and improving the farm is a good thing. So if you did enjoy this episode, please give a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. It would really help out trying to hit some subscriber goals. So it'd be great if you did. And as always, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, we'll see. Until next time, we shall see you then. Goodbye.